From the moment we meet Indiana Jones, there's a sense of myth. Spielberg doesn't need dialogue or exposition. His entrance, framed in shadow and light, tells us everything we need to know. This isn't just a man, he's an icon in the making. But what really makes this scene legendary? The boulder chase is often hailed as one of cinema's greatest action sequences. But what's more is the way Spielberg uses tension and physical peril to reveal character. Indy is no superhero. He's vulnerable, barely escaping danger by the skin of his teeth. The genius lies in how this pulse-pounding chase tells us exactly who Indiana Jones is: fallible, determined, and forever walking the line between life and death. Before we dive into why this introduction has stood the test of time, let's relive that first unforgettable glimpse of Indy. Fedora, whip, shadow. These aren't just costume choices, they're cinematic shorthand for adventure. Spielberg and costume designer Deborah Nadoolman Landis didn't just create a look, they crafted a visual identity that would shape the very image of the modern action hero. Indiana Jones's introduction wasn't just a cool scene, it changed the course of action cinema. Future heroes, from the Mummy's Rick O'Connell to Lara Croft, would follow in Indy's footsteps. Now, let's take a look at the iconic boulder chase, the moment that defined Indiana Jones and rewrote the rules for character introductions in adventure films.
Stop. Stay out of the light. Forestall.
Let us hurry. There is nothing to fear here.
That's what scares me. Stay here.
If you insist, senor. Give him the whip. Throw me the idol. No time to argue. Throw me the idol. I throw you the whip.
Give me the whip!
Adios, señor.
Adios, Subito.
The art of introducing a hero without words. In most films, a character's introduction involves exposition, dialogue, or a defining action. But Indiana Jones's debut takes a different approach. Spielberg understands that less is more, allowing the visual to do the heavy lifting. When Indy steps into the light, his hat pulled low. It's pure cinema. This moment tells us we're not meeting just any adventurer. We're meeting the adventurer. It's a nod to silent film-era storytelling, where gesture, movement, and image convey meaning. Spielberg deliberately builds Indy's mystique, letting the audience lean in before revealing the full character. This is visual storytelling at its finest, crafting a legend without uttering a single word. Suspense as character development. The brilliance of the Boulder Chase lies not in its special effects or heart-pounding pace, although both are exceptional, but in how it defines Indiana Jones. Spielberg and writer Lawrence Kasdan create tension not just for the sake of action, but as a tool for character development. Indy isn't invincible. He makes mistakes, he sweats, he stumbles, but he survives. The scene is a metaphor for his character, constantly on the run, narrowly escaping disaster, driven by sheer will and resourcefulness. His vulnerabilities make him relatable, but his tenacity makes him a hero. This approach broke from the typical invincible, superhuman action hero of the time. Indy's appeal lies in his humanity. The Boulder Chase isn't just a thrilling escape, it's the perfect vehicle for us to learn who Indy is without a word of dialogue. The power of iconography. What makes Indiana Jones timeless? It's not just the hat and whip, it's what they represent. Spielberg and costume designer Deborah Landis created symbols that transcend the screen. The fedora, the leather jacket, the whip, they're more than just practical accessories. They became emblems of adventure, danger, and grit. Spielberg used these visual markers to instantly communicate a character who was both rugged and resourceful, paying homage to the adventure serials of the 1930s while also modernizing them for a contemporary audience. Indy's look is not just cool, it's cinematic language. It tells the audience, this is a man who thrives in the wild, who survives by his wits, and who is perpetually out of his depth, yet always finds a way through. Cultural impact and lasting legacy. So why is this introduction so enduring? It's simple. Indiana Jones revolutionized what it meant to be an action hero. Before Indy, adventure protagonists were often untouchable, flawless icons of masculinity. But here, Spielberg introduced a hero who was fallible, whose vulnerability made him even more compelling. Indy became the prototype for future action stars, characters who balance vulnerability with courage. Moreover, the influence of this scene can be seen in countless films, from Tomb Raider to The Mummy. Each tried to recapture the magic of Indy's imperfect heroism, his high-stakes escapades, and the thrill of surviving the impossible. The lasting cultural resonance of Indiana Jones's introduction is undeniable. It didn't just shape a franchise, it shaped an entire genre, and generations of filmmakers continue to be inspired by its craftsmanship. What makes Indiana Jones's introduction so unforgettable for you? How do you think it changed the way we see action heroes today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into cinema's most iconic moments, be sure to subscribe to Cine Masterpiece, where we celebrate the artistry behind the legends.